morning, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to Masks of Nyarlathotep, a Pulp Cthulhu campaign. Welcome to Salty Sweet Games, where we shenanigan stop and smooch our way through tabletop role-playing games and scream our way through horror video games sometimes. I'm one of your hosts, Salty.
And I'm Sweet.
And these various assorted spices are our friends. Before we go around and meet everyone and their characters and then recast Tommy, who's fighting a giant spider right now, we're going to talk about some channel stuff. Firstly, a ton of thanks to our sponsors, starting with Roll20, our virtual tabletop of choice, which unites gamers across any distance with easy-to-use tools that run straight from your web browser for free. We're part of their Spotlight program, which highlights indie TTRPG creators all across the interwebs. And they're really awesome, and they have lots of cool stuff you can use, etc., etc. Also, other sponsors include Dice Envy and Grinding Coffee Co. Both awesome organizations. Stuff will be popping up in chat, and there's also information in the panels below. We have affiliate links and discount codes and all sorts of fun stuff, so if you like the physical click-clacks or the dirty beans, those are there for you, and they're delicious. Either one. Wait, don't eat the coffee. I got it. I nailed it. What else? Thank you to everybody who resubbed, subbed, and all that good stuff, and got those sweet emotes and those badges that are so cute. Finally, there are tip incentives down below. If you would like to directly impact the game, give someone an advantage so they don't die this week or next week maybe. Give someone a roll on the Eldritch gift table, which is my personal favorite, or you could heal them or whatever. They're fine. They've been resting. Nothing bad is even happening. What else? We here at Salty Sweet Games use safety tools, lines, veils, XN and O cards, stars and wishes, and content warnings because while the characters may be put through hell, the players are here to have fun, and they are our priority always. Without further ado, let's meet them, starting with Kienna.
Hi, everyone. I'm Kienna. I'm the Sweet of the channel. My pronouns are she and they. But today I am playing Irene Blackwell. Her pronouns are she and her. She's a artist, a forger, a person on the run from the mob, and having to deal with her ex in Shanghai. It's cool. It's fine.
It's a good time. We love it. We love that for you. Let's hop over to Allison.
Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Allie. I play Ganymede Graves, adventure scientist. Her pronouns are she, her. Mine are too. I just, my Cthulhu senses are tingling. I feel like maybe there's combat coming today. I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm wearing my frog hat, so it will be very peaceful. Like a frog on a lily pad.
Serene combat?
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm here for that.
Let's hop down to Summer.
Hello. I am Summer. I use she, her pronouns, and today I'm playing one Mr. Charlie Nasty Boy Rap, who uses he, him pronouns. I'm wearing my nasty shirt. Also, I just said this on mute and chat could see it, but I want to say it for you, which is, can you imagine having to deal with your ex for an extended period of time in a location, Kienna? I cannot relate to that literally at all. But yeah, really hyped for today. Gonna just be totally chill. I have the opposite sense of what Allie's sense is, which I think today is going to be just so relaxing and fun,
right.
Just good, wholesome fun in Shanghai.
They have nail salons in Shanghai in 1925. Maybe we'll just do that.
Just
Manicures.
Spa day.
Yeah, spa day, absolutely.
Yeah. And let's go to our very special guest returning to us, Hans.
Hi, I'm Hans. I use he, him pronouns. I'm playing Anthony Chang. He uses he, him pronouns. Am I supposed to say anything else? I'm like 50-50 on this combat thing. I'm planning on just staying back and watching everybody get into combat if there's combat, I think. Maybe I'll write a story about it later for the Shanghai Courier.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Now, for recasting Tommy. The thing is, we're not casting Zebulon. We are casting Tommy playing Zebulon. And I need suggestions. So anybody can give suggestions.
Yeah, who should we reach out to?
Yeah. I don't know. It's
We're a sponsored show, so we can get pretty much anyone.
We can get anyone. Oh, so many jokes to be made.
So much sponsor money, clearly.
So we're just rolling in it all the time.
Well, they would want to be part of the show, I think. Just to be part of something so monumental and big.
That's
and
true.
lasting.
That's true. No, I shan't. What can we say about Tommy is the thing. Tommy's a good boy. Tommy, we often call him a prince among men, because he is. And that's probably all I have to say. He's playing Zebulon Augustine Claiborne Montgomery III, a little boy from South Carolina, a little boy with big dreams and a big heart and a mighty cricket bat. And then I think he still has 2 cricket bats. Excuse me.
I do still have 2 cricket bats. Fucker was mid-air.
Oh my god!
I didn't know where it went, and then it was just hanging in midair. And
Tommy, have you defeated the spider?
yes, it's gone.
Yeah, well.
God, I hate it.
Welcome. We're so glad you could be here.
I hate it. It's a great thing to wake up to.
Yeah, I love
Hi.
it.
I bet you don't feel tired now, though.
Nope. Just absolute, just pounding heart. Just, it's great.
Yes, good.
I'm good.
Do you want to say anything about yourself? I probably said it all.
I'm really hoping that there are no spiders right now in this campaign. I don't need it.
Just fish people.
Fish people, that's fine. In this specific moment, right?
Yeah, there shall be no spiders.
I need a little distance between right now.
Yeah. There are no spiders. You're all good. You're all good. Ooh, my mic just decided to pick up my computer fan, which is very fun for all of us. Yeah, so that's a delight. Hello. I don't know if this is going to change. Maybe not. Okay, well, we're going to have to persevere. I will just turn myself down. Okay, so the investigators came together over the murder of their good friend Jackson Elias, who was investigating the infamous Carlisle expedition, the members of which were formerly presumed dead. That led him, and now you all, to a conspiracy involving various death cults around the world. Many names, many forms, but all the same end to one end. You theorize that these cults are amassing in particular locations around the world and working together to build a machine of some sort, though the particulars and purpose are still unknown to you. In Shanghai, you know the cult in question is called the Order of the Bloated Woman, and that Jack Brady, a member of the Carlisle expedition, is somewhere in the city and in danger. Haha. Last time, to be more specific, the investigators headed to the Shanghai Courier to meet with Anthony Chang, a contact recommended to them by Mickey Mahoney in London. After some inquiries, skeptical but curious Anthony accompanied them around Shanghai to the sites of several odd accidents. These events seemed to be connected to Jack Brady. Anthony was able to offset communication concerns and give them a better idea of the Shanghai they find themselves in. There also appears to be a connection between the radical New China movement and Jack Brady. So many things leading to Jack Brady. Boy howdy. And the investigators received an invitation from the collector, Madame Swallow, to a formal party at her home this evening. So, it's Wednesday, May 13th, 1925, and 9 days before the new moon, if anyone was curious. What's waking up like in your guest house this morning? anyone can start.
I think Zeb's up pretty early.
Mm-hmm.
I think Zeb really likes the feel of this town, right? It's a lot bigger than Charleston, but like I feel like I don't know, I feel like it's a bit more his speed than London and New York, to be honest. And so I think he gets up early. I think he goes for a short walk outside.
Yeah.
By himself. Nothing could go wrong.
Nothing could go wrong. Just make like a quick spot hidden.
Gotcha.
Just like a teensy,
Oh, God.
tiny spot hidden.
Please let me have the spot hidden luck that I had of spotting that fucking spider midair. God. Yep, there. Not bad.
Excellent.
Could be worse.
Could be worse. Could be worse. Yeah, could be worse. You probably notice the man from the Stumbling Tiger bar, the one who looked like a foreman and who appeared to be very drunk, that the ladies later told you was actually a Japanese Imperial Navy captain. He is still been hanging around because no one has spoken to him after they said they would later. So he's still been hanging around, and he's outside of the building. He notes you. I think he probably follows for a bit, but does not get close. And at the very least, you know who he is.
Oh, I mean, if I noticed that at some point, then I think maybe when Zeb sort of goes around a corner, Zeb's gonna wait for him, like early on. Yeah.
Yeah.
And sort of when he sees him, sort of greet him, just
Like
morning,
bumps
Mr.
into you.
Taro.
Captain is Sojay.
Captain is Sojay. Oh, that's right. You do the yeah, that's right. You do the last names first and first names last. And Mr. Sojay, hope you're having a good morning.
Uneventful so far. I was waiting to hear from Miss Graves and Miss Blackwell.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I do remember them mention. Sorry, a lot kind of happened for us the other day. You would not believe me if I told you. It was rest assured, I do apologize for our tardiness in meeting with you again. And I assure you, if something not perhaps very important would imply that we had expected it to happen, or that something very unexpected happened. We were temporarily unable to go about business as usual, as I would say. How do you feel about breakfast? And do you have any recommendations around here? It's going to be a couple hours before some of them get up.
He's a little taken aback, I think, because he's about to ask you, like, if you have any leads, or when can you talk about if you have any leads. But I think he'll recommend a spot nearby, because obviously if he's been hanging out, he's been eating. So, yeah.
Hey, why don't you, why don't we go back to the hotel, see if we can grab whoever else might be up. Probably not going to get Mr. Rapp. He likes waking up with the sun well overhead. Um, but Miss Blackwell may be up. Miss Graves might be up as well. But I can see if they're around, and maybe we can all go grab some breakfast. I am famished.
Were you just walking around?
Oh yeah, I mean, I just wanted to get up and sort of like get a feel for the city in the morning. I mean, I've kind of, it's an old habit of mine that I used to I used to run in the mornings, and so that was something I did for a long time, and I haven't done it now. I was considering going for a run this morning, but I kind of got up and I was just like, I'll just go for a walk. I mean, you know how it is. It takes a little while to get back into a habit, right? I thought about perhaps getting back into shape. Zeb's just going a mile a minute with this.
This man he is still, but his eyes are not.
But yeah, I'm gonna go check with the others, see if they're up, see if we can't, perhaps maybe answer some of your questions. I'm sure the others have some questions for you as well.
He nods and will return with you. Back at the guest house, how's it going this morning?
Ganymede was up not long after Zeb and getting herself ready for the day. We've been served breakfast before here, so she's kind of wolfing down a bowl of congee again, with chopsticks, and I think if there's a newspaper, even if she can't read it, she's looking at it, just looking at.
The Courier is in English and Shanghainese.
Yeah, so if there's a copy of the Courier there, she's flipping through it and waiting for the others to wake up.
Okay, Charlie and Irene.
I'm going to guess that Charlie's the last one up because that tends to be how it is. So, yeah, Irene's up, and it's a pretty usual morning of just, getting ready and probably wondering where Zeb went. She'll get downstairs and she'll see Ganymede. Where's Zeb?
I don't know. I haven't seen him yet this morning. Good morning. Would you like some tea?
Tea would be wonderful, thanks.
She pours out some green tea from the pot that she has with a couple of teacups.
Charlie will wander his way down, gracing the room with his presence.
Mm-hmm.
He looks great, well rested, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Better than yesterday when he woke up from literally being knocked out by a demon.
Sure.
That's some emotional strain. But yeah, he's just okay.
Don't worry about it.
But yeah, he just comes on downstairs much more chipper than he was the day before. Good morning.
Good morning, Charles. And she's looking specifically at your eye.
Yep, he hasn't said anything, but he's not avoiding eye contact today.
Well, why don't you have a seat? Some tea?
Yeah, that sounds perfect.
All right.
She pours you a cup, and then she gets up from her seat and comes over. All right, let's have a look at it.
I think he kind of gives you a sheepish grin, but yeah, he'll lean closer to you, right?
Yeah. So Ganymede will just pause and inspect to see, is there anything at all I can learn from?
I guess I maybe natural world.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be curious to know if there's any if
I'd
it
also-
if it
Mhm.
if it looks like any natural creatures eye structure, maybe that's a good roll for natural world.
Yeah.
Regular success.
I think, I mean, it most closely resembles a cat eye.
Okay.
You know, that thin pupil, and then the color, the gold color fills pretty much the rest of the eye. For Charlie, it's a mix of things. Because it's only the one eye, it's not as extreme as it may have otherwise been. Colors are a little, I think, less vibrant, or just harder to tell apart for you.
Yeah.
Closer things are easier than farther things, and the dim light is a little brighter to you, but not in any extreme way, just little differences that you're starting to be able to notice.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It's not causing you any discomfort then?
No, I feel perfectly fine.
We'll keep an eye on it. Oh, now that was unintentional.
I'll let you know if anything changes, but I think I'm stuck with it for now.
And at this point, Zeb and Captain Isojitaro arrive.
Morning, y'all. Oh, Charlie, you are awake. Is Charlie's eye out right now?
Is my eye out of my head? Yeah.
Can I see
It's
your
sitting
eye?
in a bowl on the
Is
table.
Charlie's eye out?
Can I obviously see Charlie's
Yes.
eye? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, you may want to get that looked at. So I
just did.
found y'all's friend from the bar outside. I think we forgot to follow up with him.
We forgot.
I think we were gonna follow up with him at some point. I do remember us mentioning that we were gonna follow up with him at one point. Before the whole, Zeb kind of just motions at Charlie thing happened there.
At this point, I want to ask Anthony what his morning is like before he walks into this mess.
I think Anthony's been up early. He's already put things in order at the courier for him to be gone for the rest of the day, just out chasing leads. There's probably not really a lot for him to do. And then, yeah, he's on his way to go find out what the next step in this investigation is.
Perfect. So I love when everyone just runs into each other. It's so nice for me. So thank you for that quote, Kienna. So Anthony walks into the room at about this time. Captain Sojay, who is, of course, in his foreman disguise, definitely shifts away a bit. He's his actual natural body posture is very straight, tall, rigid, but he kind of sinks back into that kind of tramp-esque cover he had going on when Anthony walks in. And he'll say, yes, if we could find a time later to discuss our mutual interests, that would be great.
We can't talk now.
Yeah, I thought we were gonna get some breakfast. I thought we were gonna, we're gonna have a cup of tea or.
It's very kind of
coffee,
you,
I
but
don't know.
I have to get to the warehouse. He's like giving
Can I make an insight check?
No!
Yeah.
You can make a psychology check.
Psychology, sorry.
I refuse. The
Like-
Ganymede and Irene know what's up.
Yeah, probably.
You
Zeb
could choose to
doesn't know
help
what's
him
up
or
yet.
not.
Zeb,
That's sexy.
yeah, yeah.
It's because you
great,
killed the.
hearts.
It's because you got rid of the spider. The nervous laughter. I'm sorry. Yeah, he has gone. It's like he's an actor and has just slipped back into character or something.
Yeah.
He obviously does not want. I mean, this change happened when Anthony walked into the room. So there's something there, but he's hoping to exit as soon as possible now.
Anthony can just kind of like put his hands up. He's, by the way, holding a copy of today's Shanghai Courier and says, "That's no problem at all. I can always come back later. I was just going to check and see if you need any further assistance getting about the city today."
No, please, by all means, stay. We'll meet up with you later. He says, kind of looking at the captain.
Yeah.
Charlie hasn't actually met him yet, so
No,
just, like,
you haven't.
man.
It's just
Sir.
Irene and Ganymede here, and they're the ones who are staying quiet.
Yep, and that's mostly who he was addressing. So he
Yes.
will bow slightly, just with his head, and get out.
Well, I
That was
mean, he
weird,
did-
Zeb.
Yeah, that was. I mean, that was. I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty weird. He was very different outside. And I might be the eye, Charles.
You're blaming me?
Okay, that was a bit of a joke, but you know, I guess. Guess you're up a little earlier than normal, I suppose.
So, what do we have on the agenda for today?
Well, as Anthony takes out his notepad, how inappropriate would it be to ask you about that eye?
Not inappropriate. You can ask all you like. I don't know much about it.
How exactly did that happen to you?
I think he kind of looks at he looks at mostly like Ganymede and Zeb for like, he was like, I was possessed by a demon, right? Like, because he doesn't really know what happened. I think, yeah, possessed by something, yeah.
Ganymede just nods over the rim of her teacup.
Right. Okay. Well, what did you all need to accomplish today? I suppose should be the question.
Putting the notebook away.
Closed.
Well, we would love it if you could. Did you have a chance to reach out to Chu Min about a meeting potentially? I know that it's been short notice, so no worries if we can't get that done today. But
Anthony, make a spot hidden. Just kind of for the past, for getting here. Oh, damn! Okay, I know what his
Okay.
score is. No, he actually failed. That's weird. You saw a couple of what you suspect are probably members of the firm action group near the guest house as you approached. So you didn't see Chuman himself, but don't worry about who failed. But they definitely seem to be more in this area than normal.
How soon would you like to meet with them?
I mean, the sooner the better, right? I mean, if they know where Jack Brady is, then the sooner we talk to them, the sooner we can find him, the sooner we can figure out what's going on.
Miss Graves can finish that cup of coffee if she'd like, and then we could just head outside. I believe we're currently being surveilled by members of this firm action faction.
Oh. That's well, that's convenient, I guess.
It depends on why they're trying to surveil us.
Well, that's true, but I don't think it really matters if they were going to be surveilling us either way and we want to talk to them, we might as well talk to them.
Right. Let's just hope that we'll get on the right foot.
Miss Blackwell, when have we ever not gotten off on the right foot? Teacup down. I'm ready.
Irene just blinks.
We make such fast friends wherever we go.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll go outside.
Okay. Yeah. I know shopping was on the agenda because you have a party tonight, lest you forget.
That's true.
Nobody
Yeah,
would.
Zeb would mention, so long as meeting with them doesn't impede our appointment later tonight. Doesn't have to be everyone. I could be the only one that goes tonight. Just saying. I'd like to.
Do you want
like
us
to
to stay behind?
No. I'd like to go. This seems very interesting. I'm just saying, let's just remember that we have other things to do since we are in the habit of apparently forgetting previous appointments.
Zeb, it's like first thing in the morning. Isn't the party tonight?
Yeah, I'm just saying. Let's not
I don't-
forget.
Yeah, we're not gonna forget your invitation to your party.
I mean, well, we've apparently forgotten other. I'm just making sure we don't forget anything.
Well, write it down somewhere. You're a journalist.
Zeb opens up his book. It's already written down, Charles.
Okay.
I'm saying things happen to us a lot, and
Well, if something happens to us, then I think we'll have a little bit bigger concerns than a party.
it's not about the party, Charles.
Shall we, gentlemen?
Great. So I know there was a desire expressed to go shopping. So if that's kind of the direction you would like to head in, I think there are lots of shops and stalls near the docks where you entered, along the river, especially here in the international settlement. Yeah. I also know there was desire expressed for conversations, getting to know your new journalist friend. So please take it away, y'all. I'll let you know when you're being followed. I know
Okay, cool.
Ganymede will notice.
Great. Cool.
So as we get outside, we can't see any people, the same
No,
people that. Okay,
no.
cool.
And I think Anthony would know. Like, he not lucked out, but Anthony is used to Shanghai and the tactics of different groups within it, and so managed to be able to spot them. They're not so easy to spot, and they seem to have backed off.
Yeah, I think as we're walking and heading to the shops, I think Charlie would kind of fall back in step with Anthony and say, "Bless you," and would say, "So, how did you and Mickey Mahoney become acquaintances because that you have quite different personalities. It seems unlikely that the two of you would, other than being in the same profession, ever get along.
That's very accurate, yes. Mr. Mahoney, as a journalist, and myself as someone in the journalism profession, we cross paths professionally and in perhaps some coursework, I think, on my part. But it wasn't really my first choice, journalism.
What was?
I'd much prefer to study mathematics, but journalism is available and expected.
And you studied in England then?
Yes.
She's kind of just keeping her gaze on you, waiting for you to say where.
Oh, yes, at Oxford, if that was the next, yes.
Oh, really? Fascinating. I was born at Oxford. My parents were both professors. Studied briefly. How interesting.
Speaking of ourselves and who we are and things like that, let's say that theoretically we were to be followed by a gang of ruffians and they were thinking about perhaps kidnapping. Is there anyone, are any of you in possession of large amounts of money or diamonds, say, or jewelry, or are you of fairly illustrious families where we should be concerned about kidnapping for ransoms?
I'm sure there are subtle but pointed looks at Charlie.
Just for anyone watching at home who doesn't know, Charlie is not rich of his own accord. He comes from wealthy parents. He makes exactly $0 doing what he does. Charlie just kind of looks away.
I see. And that's not well known to anyone in particular, is it?
What? No, not really. At least nobody here that I'm aware of.
Let's try our best to keep it that way, just in case, as we continue, we should find perhaps more of these people pursuing us and in a dark alley or something like that.
Okay, well, I feel pretty safe with Ganymede here.
Where is the shotgun boarding axe?
Yeah.
I have a sort of a leather backpack kind of just slings across my shoulder. And I keep it in there with my other stuff. Lipstick and
Bobby
hair comb,
pins.
that sort of thing. Bobby pins.
All that in this
shotgun
bag.
and, shotgun and bobby pins. That
Sounds good
like a
to
country,
me.
Sounds like a country song.
Classic day bag.
Man, Zeb needs to get something to be able to like carry cricket bats in inconspicuously.
Like a cricket bag.
He just carries a cricket bag everywhere.
It's just like
Yeah,
a
just if you wear the
duffel.
outfit, if you wear the athletic getup, then you always look like you're just late for a cricket match.
Do they play cricket in Shanghai? Probably.
Why not?
Right? It was very British influenced for a while, right?
Yeah.
And so,
there's-
Mr. Chang, you were expected to enter the profession. Was it a family affair then?
That's correct. The Shanghai Courier is my father's newspaper, and I'm now going to take it over.
Oh, wow. Well, I don't know whether to say that's too bad or congratulations.
I think both are appropriate. Thank you. Now, is there anything in particular that you all need to prepare in terms of shopping? Is there something you're looking for?
Zeb, was there like a dress requirement on that invitation that you got?
It definitely said formal.
Formal. Great. So we're looking for formal wear. I mean, I have some, but can always use a new suit.
I should perhaps pick something up. I get the feeling that my normal day suit perhaps is not going to.
I don't think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not cut it.
And unfortunately, Anna's not here to
Yes.
take care of that for me. So,
Indeed.
yeah, I mean, somewhere, I guess, nice, but not like too nice. I'm not like Charles here.
You don't want to look too nice.
No. I want to look nice. I just, I don't have as much liquid assets as Charles does.
I mean, if you're looking to impress somebody, I'm more than willing to make you a loan.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
You are
So,
going to see
somewhere that's nice.
Madam Swallow, though, correct?
Yes.
I think it would be a good idea to take your friend up on a loan.
I
Pat
really,
Zeb on the shoulder.
I
Pat.
really don't. I really don't.
You'll just owe me one. It's not a big deal.
I really don't want to owe you one.
Mr.
Charles, I love you like a brother that I kind of hate at the same time.
Mr. Che, you wouldn't happen. You live here. Know what the types of fashion we should be looking out for around here?
I don't know that I'm the most qualified to tell you what's in style, but I do know where to go where you want to buy something in style.
Perfect. I mean, you know more than us.
So, Lauren, where do we go when we want to buy something in style?
Yeah. Lauren.
I don't have a particular shop name because it's just not that kind of game, folks.
Not a shopping episode kind of game.
There's not a list of shops where you can get. That's
I
weird.
get the feeling that Zeb maybe goes to a secondhand store first.
No. Oh my god.
No,
Probably.
at first, right? And
We're
then
here to sell your old suit.
And then Charlie's probably like, right? Like I imagine Charlie like, no.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
finally drags Zeb to a better place that Zeb probably ultimately
All
takes.
right, I'm
Charles up on.
finding something.
Take my daddy's money.
Okay, I know where you're going. You're going to Nanking Road, and you are going to the store that roughly translates as sincere. It's kind of like a department store a la the 20s in Shanghai. I think I have a picture of Nanking Road, actually. You thought I wasn't prepared. Silly players. There we go. So you can see.
Love it.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
So cool.
So this is the kind of place that Charles would go. And as Kienna pointed out, what was that?
I accidentally clicked on an empty stat. I'm so sorry.
How dare you? As Kienna kind of told us about last time, the Cheongsam.
Yeah, Cheongsam. Yeah.
Cheongsam. I'll get it. Damn
You'll get it. It's cool.
southern accent. It has been in style and is starting to get more tailored at this point, if I'm remembering my years correctly.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's for Irene and Ganymede. I know we love describing outfits, so if you want to kind of go over what you find. Yes, there. Awesome. Beautiful. Yeah, what kind of... And we're pulp, so you can kind of mix the 20s and 30s because we mix the technology. There might be airships, don't worry about it.
It's fine.
It's all fine. So, yeah, Irene, what kind of outfit do you think you settle on?
So Irene generally dresses a little more conservatively compared to most people. So she's probably the Cheongsam she probably settled on at this time. Actually, just fun history for everyone. So basically, the Cheongsam, as we know it, which is, the typical Chinese sexy dress that we think of, has its roots in Shanghai. So previously, it was this pretty based off of kind of Manchurian fashion, this like kind of more looser dress, where it has a similar shape, but it wasn't form-fitting. And then as we got into the late 1920s and into the 1930s, they started to be more tailored. The sleeves generally were a little longer than what we think of the modern cheongsams are. And the fabrics are still brocades, but because of the general 1920s, 1930s, and especially going to the 40s, a lot of the fabric and patternings are very Western, because they're trying to mash those together, that aesthetic, especially in Shanghai and Hong Kong and the such. So yeah, so I think you'd be seeing on Irene at least something that's more traditionally Chinese rather than with the Western patterning. So probably and probably a darker blue, um, slightly longer sleeves, and pretty simple but still elegant flower patterning, I think, in the embroidery, which is a pretty popular, had generally been a popular look overall. Um, and another thing to point out is that cheongsams at the time were generally around ankle or like mid-calf length. You would not be getting short cheongsams here, despite our general uh, perception of them nowadays. So that's kind of where we're at. So yeah, so definitely ankle length, and definitely, you know, it's nice. It's much nicer than anything she has right now, but it's definitely not, at the edge of fashion, I guess.
Gotcha. What about for Ganymede? What does she gravitate toward?
Ganymede initially tries on a couple of pieces that aren't very form-fitting. But then she sees a piece, and all she can think of is Anna and the things that Anna has given her to try and how much she liked them. She has a lot of very happy, very warm, quasi-romantic feelings for Anna. So anyway, she pulls this down, or takes this from the attendant. It's like Kienna just described. It's very form fit, ankle length, slit up to the mid thigh. It is kind of tiny little cap sleeves and a high collar. It's sea green and has pink flowers, and black trim, and the attendant, as she has it on, brings over, I think it's a black little pillbox hat with a bit of veil to it. And at first she's like, oh, no. And then she puts it on her. She's like, oh, yes. Yes, I think this is it. Ganymede grew up in dungarees and uniforms. And so she's Anna's finally given her the courage to play a little bit, I think.
Yeah. Wow. I can't remember the last time we've seen Ganymede dressed up, if we have it all.
Yeah.
Wearing
I mean,
something of Anna's maybe for that dinner.
Yeah, that's right. She did.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Lovely. And for the men, suits are in style. There are Western style suits as well. I think just a little more like slim fitted. Tight.
Yeah, but like in
Anthony's-
a hot way.
Yeah, I think Anthony's going to make sure that the tailor puts them in something with tails, because this is like evening dress. So it should be black and have tails.
Yeah,
Zeb
tuxedo
probably
wear.
doesn't have a lot to say over what he ends up getting into. And Zeb's honestly at this point is like, yep, sure, all right, got it, yep.
Beautiful. Excellent. Okay. All right. So any conversations that happened during the trying on and the shopping, and also Anthony, maybe make one more spot hidden for fun.
I'll do that. And then I'm going to talk to Ganymede about the possibility of some fashion accessories.
Awesome.
Let me do that roll.
Big bag for a
distracted.
shotgun.
Awesome. All
Okay.
right.
Cool.
Nothing
Cool.
like going the exact opposite direction.
It's all right. It's all right. Ganymede also had a role from last time for specifically keeping an eye out for that one guy. He has not resurfaced yet, but I will tell her when he does.
I think as we're kind of walking around and like maybe Zeb, maybe we went and did all the ladies' fittings and everything first, just so those dresses could be like tailored and we could pick them up later in the day. I think like while we're kind of waiting, Charlie would kind of come over to Irene. I think while Zeb is like, Anthony's like putting Zeb in some kind of like tailed jacket. So, what do you think about it?
About what?
About Shanghai?
Well, it's fascinating. I never imagined I'd be coming here.
And do you like it?
In some ways, it kind of reminds me of New York, and that's nice, you know, busy city, everyone doing everything, but I don't know. Maybe I have to spend more time here and actually in the city and not involved in whatever we get involved in.
Would you, and I think he kind of steps like a little bit closer. Would you ever bring Anna?
Maybe when I knew it was a bit safer for her to be out and not at home.
Because I know that things are weird here right now, but I was thinking that we should come back. I mean, after all this is over.
Yeah, that sounds really nice, but there's stuff here beyond the whatever strange cult stuff is going on here, and the new China movement. It's obviously another powder keg, but
Maybe someday.
Victor's here.
Charlie, I think like the first expression on his face is like confusion, like he didn't like he didn't hear you, right? Like he's like thinking that over. Did he come to see you?
He was outside of Mr. Long's shop when...
God damn it. What is he doing here?
I don't know. He said he moved here after I
wasn't that fortunate.
Yeah.
He didn't bother you or expect anything from you, right?
He just wanted to talk. I told him it wasn't the right time.
Is there a right time?
I don't know. He introduced himself to Ganymede. But I've been thinking I should probably tell the others if he said that likely we'll end up running back into him again as long as we're here.
And how do you feel about that? Are you okay?
I don't know. I never thought I'd see him again. It's not like I prepared myself for anything, for the possibility.
Okay. Well, I'm here for you. I've got your back.
I know.
It's up to you. What you tell the others. If you tell them. He can't force you into anything just by being here.
I spent most of my time running away from things. Maybe it's about time I at least confronted one of them.
Well, the good news is that Zeb and Ganymede both care about you a lot. They're not going to make any judgments about you, whatever you decide to tell them. And if you do tell them who Victor is to you, then if you don't want to see him again while we're here, I can guarantee you won't have to.
I think Irene gives a small smile and takes Charlie's hand and squeezes it.
Okay. As the two of you leave wherever you are, Charles, your reflection in the mirror that you're near is delayed just a little bit. And Anthony, Ganymede, and Zeb, what's going on with you?
I think Zeb would ask Anthony if he has any advice in dealing with Madam Swallow, right? Zeb would be like, now, I'd rather not go into this blind. Do you have any sort of... Is there any expectations or formalities I should take when dealing with Madam Swallow? Any advice you can give?
Well, Mr. Montgomery, I think the first thing you should know is that Madame Lin's very clever, and she likely knows exactly what she wants from you before you go into that party.
Alright, so... So I guess don't go in there expecting to really bargain too much.
No, you should definitely go in expecting to bargain. That's half the culture right there.
Alright, then see, this is why I'm asking.
Just, you should expect that Madame Lin already knows what she wants, and you yourself should think about why it is you're taking this invitation. What is it you hope to accomplish?
Well, information, mostly. If I could learn what it is that was stolen from her, it might give us some insight into what the hell is going on here.
Like I've already found out more about what it is you're exactly going to this party for. So Madame Lin had something stolen from her.
Yes.
And
Yep.
do you know who it was stolen by?
The man we're all looking for, Mr. Jack Brady. Zeb's like Zeb's kind of keeping an eye out for like the tailor, right? Like just making sure. This is probably a moment where like the tailor's maybe away, preferably. And Zeb sort of says, the one everyone's looking for, Mr. Jack Brady, apparently.
I think you should be very honest with Madame Lin about what you're hoping to find out, and expect there to be something she will expect from you in return.
All right. Now, is this one of those like I'm allowed to refuse kind of things, or one of those like an offer you can't refuse kind of things?
Mr. Montgomery, I think you can refuse any offer that you would like in life, but you should expect that there will be consequences. And I believe that Madame Lin's consequences would be severe indeed.
All right, so an offer you can't really refuse. Gotcha. An offer you shouldn't refuse, I guess.
I think it's a very good idea to cultivate a good relationship with Madame Lin, given the opportunity.
All right. I'm not going to do anything too illegal. Like, I'm not going to kill anyone. Well, unless they maybe deserve it. There are a few people who deserve it. London did a number on that. London did a real number on that. He's not gonna go out wantonly killing everyone.
I know. You're just saying it to a reporter.
Turning to Ganymede, Anthony says, by the way, Miss Graves, have you considered... You don't plan to bring that bag with you, do you?
Well, yes, of course. I bring it with me everywhere.
It's rather large for such a fitted dress.
Yes, well, it contains rather large things, Mr. Chang. However, if you have a suggestion...
But there's probably a coat check at Madame Lin's party. You could probably check the bag.
Yes, but that would leave me at something of a disadvantage, I'm afraid.
Maybe something like a large wrap or coat.
Oh, that's an excellent idea. It's a bit warm, I think.
You know how in Wonder Woman she hides the sword in her dress? Like
Ah,
that
yes.
somehow, but
Shotgun?
Yes.
Shotgun boarding axe.
Yes.
You're gonna
yes,
need a coat of some form.
just, disassemble it, strap it to your thighs. Always works.
Is there like a lighter weight coat that still stiff enough to hide it, but like lighter weight at this time? An evening shawl?
Well, I'm sure there is a shawl, but you saw the dress, Zebulon. Why would I? I think I have an idea. And of course, Mr. Chang, your suggestions are always welcome. She kind of gives Zeb a look like you are not your sister. Giving out fashion advice.
I mean, you do you. Listen.
What's your idea, Ganymede?
I think like you said, to disassemble where she can. The easiest way to do that is to that axe head does come off with a little bit of work. So to remove that, and that can be hidden in maybe tied to her thigh or something. But but the body of it, I think, I think right Wonder Woman style.
Yeah. It's pulp. I'm gonna let you do it. You do it.
I stand up very
It's great.
straight. I stand up very straight all the time. So there's a gap back there, shoulder blades, all of that.
Yeah.
It's good.
Okay. Unless there's anything else to do in the department store, it's probably late morning, creeping towards lunch. And when you exit, it's not right away. Wherever you decide to head, whether it's to the docks to talk to Mr. Lee or back to the guest house, Ganymede, you do notice that stocky man in the worker's cap has picked up on you again, or rather you've picked up on him, I guess, in this case.
Yes. I will subtly point that out to the others as well, as I'm able, and ask Anthony, do you recognize him by any chance?
Lauren, do I recognize him?
Have you met Chumin?
Oh, I met Chumin. That's a good question. What do my notes imply? I don't know. Let's say no.
Okay, then no. Actually, everybody make a spot hidden. This isn't for him necessarily. Nice.
Hard success.
Nice.
Stream success.
Ganymede sees everything.
Okay. Oh, Ganymede and
And-
Irene.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ganymede and Irene, just much like you picked up on being the car in New York, and the men following you in London, you pick up on something again, being followed. Who'd have thought it? And it's interesting. You definitely get the sense that there are multiple people. Like, there's definitely a group of at least your number. Kind of.
I was just going to ask if they are separate from the man with the worker's cap that I've noticed.
They're they're separate, but I think one of the other men you've noticed like gets into step with the man in the worker's cap, and you definitely feel a little hurted as like you start to just notice people watching you in this particular way, right?
Yeah.
But with your extreme successes, I think you also... What would they have? Perhaps less relevant. Who knows? All the guys you've noticed who are following you, seem to be dressed in kind of like workers' clothes, like dock workers or factory workers. But there are some better dressed people around, who seem to be keeping more of a distance, but with those extremes, I think y'all are used to having people follow you at this point. You can tell when it's happening, and some other group is keeping an eye on you at this point.
Cool, great.
And you don't
Just
spot
everyone.
any swallow tattoos, so it's someone else.
Yeah. So I think Irene does the same thing as last time, where she puts her hand like on the crook of Ganymede's arm as they're walking.
Yeah.
This seems quite regular now.
Yes, we do seem to attract attention, don't we?
We'll have to figure out which group this is this time.
Is it worth confronting them now, do you think? They seem to be attempting to steer us in a particular direction.
Oh, and with your extreme successes, they're also definitely armed.
Great.
Yes.
I don't know if I want to confront them directly yet. Might be interesting to see what happens if we try to steer in a different direction, though.
Yes, you've seen the sidearms, yes.
Yes.
Right then.
She looked at the others and like tries in her head to figure out which ones are armed again. It's just like which of our friends have weapons?
Charlie? And Ganymede. Don't you
Yeah.
have a gun, Charlie?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anthony, what about you? Are you armed?
That's a really good question.
You know what I need to get? I need to get knuckle dusters.
What is a knuckle duster?
Just, what do you call it? Bronze knuckles. Just,
Oh. Yeah, you should. I'll give you +1 on your damage.
brass knuckles. There we go. That's what I meant. bronze
Knuckle duster.
I mean, that is another term for them.
Knuckle duster. Sounds filthy.
I need to get some brass
pushed by
knuckles.
the
You know what?
brass
I'm gonna
knuckles.
pick those up on our way back. I'm gonna pick up some brass knuckles.
Just super cash.
Okay.
I'm sure my friend at the foundry could whip you up a pair.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Oh, I wonder if I could get her to whip me up a cool like you know the brass knuckles that you can hide that have like a miniature like gun in, like a little like a single
No
shot
guns for
like a
Zeb.
single
No
shot
guns for Zeb.
Tommy,
like a
you
single
can't.
shot like a single
Wonder if I could
shot.
get some knuckles with a gun in them.
They do exist.
Knuckle
I
duster
support this 100%.
blasters.
They do exist from
Wow.
old periods.
Never. Anyway. Yeah, so how would you like to try and steer a different direction? They seem to be steering you toward the river.
Yeah, I think it's just kind of generally like not a sharp turn, but like just generally see what happens if we start to not, like, if we take a couple of streets diagonally away. What happens?
Yeah. None of you have a movement higher than 8, correct?
That's
That's
it.
a good question.
Nope.
I'm pretty
8.
sure none of you do.
I have an 8.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, someone has a 9. So you start to move off. I also want I want someone to make either.
Sorry, it took me a second to find it. I do have a 9.
You have a 9. Okay, cool.
I have a 9.
Okay.
I just couldn't remember where it was
No,
on
I
the
know
new
it.
character
I
sheets.
can't find it on
Under
the sheet
combat.
either. So great. Okay. So are you all trying to make this look casual?
Yes, this is just a, you know, we're just walking around and like, oh, we're just making a slight turn.
Okay, so someone give me an appearance check.
Oh God.
Can I?
I think I'd prefer to be one of the people leading this.
Sure.
My.
Mine's
Okay.
a 50.
Mine's a 90.
I know.
I know.
Oh,
Oh,
Woo!
nice. Good job, Ganymede. And that's good because you're in the lead. Okay. So it definitely appears like a casual change of direction. And so they don't close in. Though you do notice that the man in the worker's cap easily keeps pace with you. And I think you even lose him for a little bit. Or lose sight of him, rather, as you move. Where are you trying to get to? Do you have a particular destination in mind?
where are we trying to get to?
Anywhere you want.
Everybody.
We could, I mean, while we're out, we could check in with Mr. Lee
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
because he had somebody watching the docs for you, and also we haven't talked to him since I was busy.
Right.
So
Right.
Yeah,
I
let's...
think, yeah.
That
So
makes
we'll
sense.
do that, and I think Irene will just casually look back at Anthony. Mr. Chang, do you know what that section of the river is usually used for? The direction that we were being herded towards?
There's a ferry.
That looks to be the direction of the ferry right there.
Oh. Interesting.
I don't like that.
Well, just to be clear with everyone, we have another interested group looking at us, and we're trying to get us in that direction. Thankfully, they seem to back off mostly right now. Well, we've lost them, but we'll just have to keep that in mind.
Okay. Yeah, you can head down to the docks and to the stall where Mr. Lee and some of the other compradors are, and he is there.
I've put on sunglasses at this point as we go
Wise,
over.
wise.
Yeah. I'm gonna walk up. Mr. Lee, could I have a word?
He looks hesitant, but will nod.
Did you get my note?
Yes.
Would you consider working with us for the rest of our time here?
What happened to you in there?
Well, Charlie is like, how do I explain this in a concise way? Part of the reason that I was particularly interested in going to see Mr. Lung is that in America, I work debunking spiritualists, people who like to prey on the vulnerable, those who have lost friends, family members, and attempt to connect with them. A long time ago, I was in a very serious accident, and I was dead for a period of time. And when I came back, I found that I had a gift that I could, in a sense, communicate with those who have passed on. And I know that you believe in an afterlife. I do too. But with that, I am more prone to being touched by darkness. Demons are just as real as heaven, I guess. And Mr. Lung was afraid of something, and for good reason. I don't know exactly what it was, and to be perfectly honest with you, I don't remember what happened. But when I tried to help him, whatever that thing was latched onto me for a period of time. And that's the truth.
I want you to make, I think it's a persuade, but I will accept charm. It needs to be harder, better.
Okay, I do get natural advantages
You
to
do.
charm.
You do.
Thank God. Okay. Hard success.
You did it! Wow, I'm so happy. He thinks for a long while. It's just
Yeah.
kind of silent. I think he takes out his cross and like holds it and
Yeah.
maybe even like prays silently for a bit. And
Totally
if you
fine.
wait, eventually he looks back at you and says, "He who fights with monsters should look to it that he himself does not become a monster." No idea why he knows or quotes Nietzsche, but... and he nods and says, what is on the agenda for today?
I think at this point, I think Charlie had kind of stepped away from the group. But he kind of brings them back over to Mr. Lee, and we were curious if anything had turned up at the docks yet. We were just out where Zebulon here was invited to a party, and it seems that we are all going to be going tonight.
Where is the party?
Zeb?
How much do we want to tell him about this?
I mean, if he's gonna be working with, I just told him that I was possessed by a demon, and he took it okay.
He did.
He took
There's
it
a difference
exactly
between
okay. So
there's a difference between fear of the things we can't see and the fear of the things we know will definitely probably kill us at some point in our lives.
oh my god, definitely probably kill us.
Mrs. Madam Swallow, Madam Swallow, Mrs. Swallow invited us. Madam Swallow invited us around her place for, I guess, a soiree, as you say. Not here, but in places.
Well,
I don't know.
Okay. That is better than I thought you were going to say. And yes, I did hear from the boy I have watching Ho Fang's warehouse. He has not seen the Sea Devil, but he has seen another ship called the Dark Mistress. Yacht, British registry. The boy said it was the fastest ship he'd ever seen coming in. There was a white man who disembarked into the warehouse, and the boy also reports strange movements in the water.
Thank you, Mr. Lee. Will your young man continue to keep the warehouse under surveillance for us, please?
He nods. As long as there is no sign of danger, Ho Fang is a dangerous man. And I think that's the first time Anthony's heard the name Ho Fang in connection with this group.
Yeah, how much of this has Anthony gotten to hear? Is Anthony just standing there in the corner?
Oh,
while
yeah,
all
I
this is going on?
definitely
Yeah,
think
no,
you're
we
We
there.
haven't been hiding anything from
Yeah, we're not
Anthony.
hiding. Yeah, we're like, oh, just tracking down the supernatural
If
worldwide
Mickey
conspiracy.
if Mickey trusts you, we trust you implicitly.
Mickey,
Yes.
it's not a good gauge of who to trust, but yes.
Yeah, when he's over here asking
I never said
the-
it was a good gauge of who to trust.
Oddly enough, taking no notes whatsoever, just standing in the corner.
Yeah. But Mr. Lee will, he says, I will meet you at the guest house where you are staying, if you are still staying there.
For the moment, yes, that's where we are.
He nods and returns to the stall, presumably to say that he will be off soon.
Yeah, Charlie will turn back to the group. That went well, I think.
I think the sunglasses were a good choice.
I mean, don't want to overwhelm him with really too much all at once.
Yes. Well, I am quite curious about this Dark Mistress.
As am I. The fastest ship he'd seen. And British.
Yes, and why is a yacht docked at the warehouse?
Great question.
Probably some sort of VIP in town.
I highly doubt that.
Perhaps after the party tonight. Perhaps tomorrow would be a good time to reconnect with Captain Isoje.
Yeah, I mean, we should probably get on that sooner rather than later. I think we've probably kept that man waiting quite a while now.
Yes, well, he is involved in his own investigation, but I think that if we're going to be spending more time around in near the warehouse, then then we're coming more into alignment. I'm particularly curious about what's in the water.
So,
I mean,
no, you're good.
Zep was gonna do a one-liner.
Oh, do it. You have to do it now.
Are you sure we want to open that can of worms? It's very good. I don't know what you're talking about.
Very good.
All right. So it's around lunchtime. You can obviously stop and get a bite to eat. Are there any other conversations that want to happen before we fast forward to evening? You will note that the people who were closely following you, the people in workers' clothes, have dropped back for some reason.
For some unknown reason.
I mean, it could be that you were just in a very public place and you're close to your guest house. Who knows? But the other group that you noticed, the more well-dressed group, I think some of them have fedoras on. They're still keeping an eye. There's definitely something more Western about them.
So what's the chance I can pick up a set of brass knuckles or can I pick up an Apache revolver?
You can wait till you go see, till Ganny goes to see her contact at the J. Lilly Foundries.
Gotcha.
I'm happy to imagine that happens this afternoon without role playing it.
He told you to come after dark.
That's right, he did.
So.
Okay.
So.
Cool. No,
You
I'm
might
good.
be able
I'm
to,
all set.
You might be able to squeeze it in before going to the party. If you want to risk it.
No.
No, that's okay. Thank you, though.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be late for the party.
No, nobody wants to be late. Okay, so we reconvene at the guest house. We get all spruced up. And we are off to a party, which is very exciting. Yeah. So, we'll get this started. We'll get this going. Lin Yan Yu's Shanghai home, also called the House of Quiet Repose, is located in the Old City on Yu Yuan Road. When you arrive, you are probably searched. So I'll just give them a nice little roll, just a casual roll to see if they find anything on you. I'm sure they won't. Ah, yes, I love what they call these guys. So fun. Hirelings. Yes. Okay. Oh my God, why? Why are you like this? I'm gonna give them spot hidden. It's a 50-50. I'll say they need a hard though. 'Cause it's pulp. They fail miserably.
Worst hirelings ever.
They are pretty bad. Well, perhaps Madame Lin gave them orders not to be too rough with you. So it's very kind of, they've already checked people because it's a party, right? They've already checked people and here you are and everything's, you get in. You get in with all your stuff. Great. The parlor that you were shown into is sumptuous but tastefully decorated. Ganymede, you're gonna notice that several of the pieces on display, there's art and there are just trinkets, but they're obviously antique and rare. And as you were shown in, there is a curvaceous and impeccably attired woman lounging on a well-padded chaise lounge in front of a large curtain room divider on which is embroidered a number of lotus flowers and buzzing insects. She has a long and stylish silver cigarette holder, which she has lit. And as you come in, she does not stand, but she does gesture in front of her. Also, in this room are a couple of other party attendees, and one of them is Victor Gallo, looking snazzy. Just looking great, just standing. He doesn't quite approach. He has a drink in his hand, and he catches Charlie's eye and raises his glass to you.
Charlie gives him a very thin smile and like noticeably steps between Victor and Irene, like within that line of sight. We'll like nod a little bit. Hi,
Friend of your
bitch.
Charles?
An old acquaintance.
There are a few servants around, very attractive. There's 2 young men and 1 young woman. Very attractive and scantily attired, though expensively attired, who are moving in and out serving drinks. The young woman is sitting, and she's playing, I think I'm pronouncing this right, a pipa, like a lute. And that is kind of the music that is going on in the background. Behind the curtain, this is the last thing. I want to set the scene. Last thing with the curtain divider, there's a little bit of light coming through it, and you will see 2 large shadows. What do you do?
I think Zeb approaches Madame Swallow first. You always greet the host.
That is right.
Lady of the house first.
As you do, she holds out her hand. She's got a ridiculously expensive looking bracelet on, and she holds it out to you.
Zeb will do... Zeb, I guess, learned some stuff in England.
Yeah.
Like, he's observant. He's fairly observant. He does the sort of like I think it was like you do the sort of bow and you take, you kiss, like I don't know if I mean, I guess it depends on where you are, but whether or not you actually physically kiss the back of the hand, right? I don't know what he would do. Whatever it would be standard in England, I guess. And he does that. And he sort of stands up straight. Thank you. Oh,
She's just like very obviously, without a lot of guys, studying your physique.
Not as good as it once was, and I was good once. I ever was.
Boy, howdy.
No, I mean it's not bad. Like, not football linebacker, tight end. It says, "Thank you very much for inviting us to your very beautiful home here." My name is Zebulon Augustine Claiborne Montgomery III, although I suspect you already knew that.
I am Madame Lin Yanyu.
It is a honor and a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Please take a seat.
Is this just at Zeb, or is this at everyone in there?
She hasn't acknowledged anyone else yet. If you would like to introduce them, you may.
Yes. Zeb will be, of course. And as he sort of sits down, it's like, these are And that look I just got from Kienna. Like the look I just got from Kienna. You're exactly who I was gonna start with too. This is Miss Blackwell. This is Miss Graves and Mr. Rapp, and Anthony's with us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Mr. Chang. You might be a bit more familiar with his work.
Oh, yes, I know all about Mr. Chang's work. Do you know of his real occupation?
Zeb sort of does the look at Anthony and the look at Madame Saul. It's like, I can't say that I do.
Oh, he's a spy. And that's where we'll end today's episode.
Yes.
Excuse me?
Yay! Let's go around. Let's talk to everybody. Let's start with Hans.
Aren't we all really spies in one way or another? I mean,
Aren't
that's
we all
just
spies?
really weird. No, but oh, so fun. Always so fun to be outed as a spy right at the end of the game. Love that. Yes, I'm Hans, and thank you for having me as always. I guess I'll be here next week, so we'll see what happens then.
Yay. Excellent. Let's go over to Tommy.
Oh, yes. I'm so excited for this. This was great. And I am so excited to be at this party and to get to know more about Madame Swallow.
Yes.
And I had a lot of fun with the opening scene of this episode where Zeb just kind of gets to be Zeb for a moment and just overwhelm someone.
Yes.
Because I feel like he hasn't gotten to do that in a while. But yeah, I'm super excited for next week. I'm Tommy, Adam Pear Penguin on the Twitter. I know who I am. And I guess I do some tabletop RPG stuff and the video editing stuff across the interwebs, like the intro for this show. Nothing right now, so just go follow these people and doing their amazing stuff.
Excellent. Let's head over to Charlie. Nasty Boy Rap Summer.
Nasty boy, nasty girl. Okay, hi, it's me, Summer. I am on Twitter at Just a Summer Job. That's where you can find me doing lots of different things on the internet. But the things that I want to promote are Missing Annie Lee, which is a podcast that Off the Table and Salty Sweet Games produce together. That comes out every single Friday, and we just released Vanishing episode 3 this past Friday, yesterday. Oh my God. And it's so spooky. So please go listen. It's not too late to catch up. And then if you like listening to Missing Annie Lee and you like Fear Itself, which is a system that we're using, Off the Table, we are starting a new Fear Itself campaign tomorrow night. So that is going to be me as the GM and Katie and Juno as the 2 players. It's called Unraveling Metaphysical, and it is a game. It's a ghost hunting game, but horror. Just picture BuzzFeed Unsolved if it were actually terrifying. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. So please come check it out tomorrow.
Heck yeah. Let's go up to Allie.
Hey, this was a blast. The fade to black on this was perfect. It's my favorite kind of lore dump when an NPC dumps lore about another character that you don't know yet. It's awesome. I can't wait for this party. It's like everything's coming together, right? All of the forces are converging on us, which should not be as exciting for me as it is. But anyway, I'm Allie. You can follow me on Twitter at Allison Robinson with 2 L's and a Y. And there I tweet about space and robots and tabletop RPGs and other stuff. If that's your thing, follow me there. And I can't wait to be back here with this group of people next week.
Amazing. Kienna.
Yeah, you can find me over on Twitter at Kienna S. Best way to figure out what I'm doing. I do a bunch of TTRPG stuff. But you can find me back on the channel on Wednesdays at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern, GMA, our Burn Bright campaign Against the Stars. We're getting into a really fun part of the campaign where I get to throw a bunch of cults at them. So if you want more cult stuff, but in space fantasy, that's the place to go.
Cults,
Yeah, yeah. If we're just gonna keep developing this on our channel, it's cool.
Cool. I am Lauren. I'm that salty ginger over on Twitter, the salty half of this channel. You can find me here running this game every Saturday, probably for another year. Probably. Otherwise, go check out Missy Nanny Lee. I love it. You should love it too if you want. Like, you know, listen to it. It's on Apple. It's on Spotify. It's everywhere you can listen to podcasts.
And please leave us a review and rating if you enjoy it.
Leave us a review and rating, please.
The first month is really, really important for podcasts and getting into the algorithms. So, like, you'll help us out. You can just say good, and it'll help us.
Just say this is good. And later today, I'm going to be facilitating Alice is Missing over on Madame Gandalf's channel as part of Australia and New Zealand Mardi Gras. And that's going to be on the front page, so I've been told. I'm going to change my outfit like 5 times. Okay, so that's what's happening with me in terms of the channel. Thank you to our sponsors, Roll20, Dice Envy, and Grinding Coffee Co. very, very much. If you ever miss an episode, you can catch up on the YouTube. We post all our VODs there. If you would like to connect, we are on Twitter at saltysweetgames. The YouTube is also saltysweetgames. Huzzah! We have a Discord now. If you'd like to join, just send us a message on Twitch or Twitter letting us know. It's very small right now. Just, you know, because what is a Discord? We don't know. Otherwise, I think that's about it, right? That's it.
Yeah, that's about it from us.
Come for a party next week.
Yes.
Yes, excellent. Okay, well, we'll go raid some folks from our Twitch team Emporium and just wave bye, everybody. Goodbye. Goodbye.